More like Roar is back, all right. Am I right, Coast FM?
Yeah. Let's go. We're back, baby.
How good does it feel? Coast FM 963. You're on Roar and More. Angus Hamill with you as always between 7 and 9 p.m. Monday the 7th of July 2025. And we are alive and jiving for season 5 in 2025 with myself and 3 of the best in the business. Firstly, as always, he's never missed a show. Stephen Wheatley, how are you going today, sir?
Well, thank you very much for that lovely introduction, buddy. I'm good. It's great to be back. I know it's only been 2 weeks, but it feels like it's been a while.
I know, right? It's been a little hot minute since we were all gathered in here together. Brando McMillan is also here. How are you going this evening, sir?
I'm doing great. It feels good to be back. And also, this is going to be the first time in a while that Finn's back with us as well, right?
I know, right? Mr. MIA is now in the flesh. Finn O'Brien is joining us as well. How are you going this evening, sir?
Hello, going very well, thanks, mate. Great to be back, as always.
That's it.
Back to Raw.
Brando, what have you been up to since the last time we've caught up?
Well, on Saturday, I caught up with a good friend, Robbie Shafranek, who you might remember, Angus. He used to volunteer at Coast FM back in the day before he moved to Sydney FC.
Oh, yes. Is he still working there now?
Yes, he is.
Oh, good for him. That's awesome to hear. He's dead to me. Finn, what have you been up to? I think you, did you go away at some stage?
Yeah, just went away to Tasmania, went to Hobart for a couple 5 days, which is good fun.
I love how casually he delivered that. Oh, yeah, I just went to Tasmania, you know.
So why were you down there, mate?
Oh, just to see.
If on the why.
Yeah, big why, big question.
Well, yeah, it's the more together part. Launceston supposedly more, I don't know, two-headed, like that.
So you're right in smack bang in the middle of the state, the Apple Isle.
Yeah, very, very peaceful, very chill area.
I'm glad to hear that.
Fun.
How about you, Steve? What have you been up to the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I've been quite busy, mate. I've had a few things on. So when we last left, I had the game at the Haven at Terrigal happening. So that went all pretty well. I ran in the fun run for the Bay to Bay, which I'm very happy to say. I got a new personal best time. So yay me.
Congratulations, Mr. Wheatley. And how far is that run?
So there's a few different distances you can do. So the maximum that they had a half marathon this year, which was 24 kilometres. I did 12 kilometres, and this was actually the third time that I had actually done it. And I really wanted to do well this year because I wanted to try to beat a time that I got from 2019. Now, just a bit of a factor for you boys, as you know, being the oldest one in the room here.
By far.
By far. Yes, I'm old, I know. So yes, that was prior to being 30-year-old Steve and having COVID. So I am very happy to get that result.
Wow, how about that? The older he gets, the fitter he gets. It's just like Daly Cherry Evans for Manly.
Benjamin Button.
Now we've been Benjamin Button. That's so true. Aging in reverse.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Very cool.
Now we're done with buttering up Steve, but it is a lovely occasion.
Lovely.
It's the first time in 3 weeks we've been all here together in the studio. Now I want to stitch up our resident music producer, Brandon McMillan, just quickly before we get into tonight. I don't know if you heard it, but this is a little thing I put together for the start of season 5 earlier.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Raw season 5.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's Raw season 5, so come along for the ride with the Angus Hamill and the Raw team behind him. We got some juicy stories and you're gonna wanna listen. From 6 p.m. every Monday night, we're talking disabilities from all walks of life. We got actors and athletes, singers and students. Now here's Angus to get us started. So yeah, that's a little
Beautiful.
a little completely original song I put together to start things off in season 5. And I wanted to say I was inspired by Brandon McMillan because one thing that he did, and probably my favorite thing he brought to the table back when you were co-producer of Raw, was you created a new theme song to start off every season. I've gone diving through the Raw archives and we've got a couple of Brando's handiwork in front of us.
Oh, here we go.
Starting off with this one. This was our theme song in season 3, featuring vocals from a very special guest.
Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? I just want to say, Raw is back, baby! News from the Central
region. Raw's back for another season. Back on the 963 channel. Back with your host Angus Hamill. I hope you're ready for more. And I hope you're ready to obviously, that was our good friend Bradley Martin there on the vocals. A little bit of baritone from James in there too. Hey, that was the season 3 theme song.
Yes.
And here's one that you kind of put together for season 4, which was kind of sitcom styles. And we're pretty much all name dropped in this, apart from Finn. I'm sorry, Finn.
Sorry,
but
Finn.
maybe the next time. Here it is.
Welcome to the Roar Team. We got Angus, Brando, James, and Steve. Always live from the 963. Mondays nights talking disability.
I love that because it kind of makes me feel like I'm the star of a sitcom. Finn, I think that may have even been your first time hearing both of those theme songs because you only became involved like kind of partway through season 4. I want to put it to you right now. What was your favourite out of those 2 theme songs that Brando made?
Oh, gotta be the former. The first one was absolute
Like the one with
smash.
Bradley?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
Brad. Absolute banger.
Yeah, he's a synth pop fan, Mr. Finn. What would you rate it?
Indeed. Oh, gotta be a 5 out of 5.
Yeah, oh, there you go.
About to say 5 out of 10, hang
11
on.
out of 10.
That would have been friggin' hilarious. But that's
11 out of 10.
At least it's not grinding Finn's gears. We'll hear about what's grinding Finn's gears later on in the show. But first, what we're getting started tonight right now is a bit of chat about a little bit of an event that's happening. You may not know it, but it's happening this Wednesday night in Sydney. I think it's called like rugby something or other, Steve.
State of Oranges or something.
Oh,
Finn here knows all about it.
oh yeah, Finn. As our
Big
resident
sports guy.
As our resident sports fan, how would you put State of Origin in on the ranking of importance to Australian culture?
It's, at least top 20.
You're doing great. You're doing great. Keep going.
It's states against state, and there's a lot of.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have left.
Hey, I agree with him more than Golden Talus, that's for sure, the Queenslander. But yes, obviously it is the decider in the State of Origin series, New South Wales versus Queensland. New South Wales won Game 1 in Brisbane. Queensland won Game 2 in Perth. Game 3 is happening in Sydney, which, by the way, there's been 6 deciders, I believe, that have been in 5 deciders that have been played in Homebush for the State of Origin. 2 have been won by the Blues, 2 have been won by Queensland, and 1 has been a draw. It was the game that led to Golden Point.
Yeah, wow.
Steve, how do you think we're going to fare on Wednesday night?
Well, I don't think it's going to be quite like what it was in Brisbane for Game 1, and I definitely don't think it's going to be like what it was in Perth, because I think one of the factors that was really, apart from obviously some of the mistakes that the team did make, but I think the weather, you'd have to say, was a factor in Perth, because I don't know if you guys have ever played football in the rain before, but it can be hard, it can be tricky, especially when it looked like it was pretty heavy rain and there was some wind also there in Perth. But I reckon it's going to be a fairly close game. I think it's going to be a 12 to 8 point win to New South Wales.
Oh, I like that. I wouldn't mind that margin. How about you, Brando? What do you feel?
Yeah, kind of decide with Steve on this one. I think it will be a close match. I do hope New South Wales, win this one, of course. But it's always like because New South Wales won the first one and then Queensland won the second. It's always like, ooh, you know what I mean?
I know Queensland could use that momentum. So, what are you thinking with the margin and everything? What do you think in New South Wales?
Yeah, New South Wales, obviously.
Oh, good news.
Yeah.
How about you, Finn, as our biggest footy fan of all?
I'm going to have to agree based on the at-home research I've done.
Yeah, you've been reading over the teams and the history for hours, haven't you?
Absolutely meticulous look at this from channel to channel, occasionally at Channel 9. Is it on Channel?
Yes, it is on Channel 9. Good job.
Got it.
I'm
The
proud of you.
confidence of this man.
Yeah, he nailed it. So you're going the Blues as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna side with the experts.
You are the expert.
Yes, very true.
Well, I got to say I was already worried because it's basically a mirror of last year's series where Queensland won in Sydney in Game 1, New South Wales won in a neutral venue in Game 2, and then won in Brisbane in the decider. It's literally the other way around in this series. So
That's what I'm worried about.
yeah, I was already worried about that, but the fact that we heard the news coming out of the camp about Cameron Munster's mother passing away, the Queensland captain, father, passing away. Cameron Munster's father passing away, and the fact that Queensland already thrive off playing off emotions. Yeah, I hate to say it, lads, but I think we're cooked.
Well, I mean, there's also, you have to take in some of the factors of that. There is going to be Josh Papali'i. He's coming out of Origin retirement to also play in this game. And
So there's more emotion.
yeah, well, another, I hear he's a big guy, apparently.
Oh, he's our big boy, Steve. Yes.
We got to win, boys. We got to win, all right?
No, that's
doubt.
it. Yeah, that's right. Of course we are. Of
You
course
hear that,
we are.
Pat from the Rara? We got to win.
Yeah. Watch Pat call us up and give us heaps now.
Call us on 43220072 if you reckon New South Wales is going to win.
There you go. Oh, look, the phone's absolutely going bonkers. How about that?
Whoa, off the hook.
Well, yeah, if we do win, obviously I'll be stoked, but I'm very worried about Wednesday. I just want it to get over and done with, ripped off. Oh, we actually have a call.
Off the chain.
Well, while that's happening, it's time for us to take a quick break, but coming up straight after that. And what a feeling it will be when you listen to great segments like this one. We like to call it Brando's Good Vibe of the Night. Ooh, yeah. That's right, it's Brando's Good Vibe of the Night, the segment where he dives deep into his own personal playlist, pulls out a song that he thinks has amazing vibes, and slaps it out there on the Coast FM airwaves, hoping that you, Pat from Narara, who just called in, enjoys it as much as he does. Now, Brando, it's been a while since we've been here, so what's your banger good vibe for the evening?
Well, my good vibe is a song that has yet to be played until now. And it's from a good friend of ours, Jacob Phillips Reinhard, who you know as the guitarist of Static, but he's also the lead singer of the band Long Distance.
Well, there you go. And Long Distance was a band we played last year on Raw when you interviewed him about Long Distance. His band.
Yes. And he sent me 3 Long Distance songs that have been mixed and mastered, and the other 2 songs will be playing soon. But the song I've chose, which is the first time it will be ever being played, is Understatement.
Well, I got to say, it's been a understatement that we've been away for a while and we've missed being on the airwaves, so that's a perfect choice. Without further ado, here is your good vibe of the night. Shout out to Jacob, our good friend.
Cheers for the shout out, by the way, Jacob.
Oh, did he shout you out? When was that?
No, yeah, he promoted it on the Long Distance Facebook page.
Oh,
The show,
fantastic.
yeah.
Well, shout out to Long Distance if you guys are listening in. Here is your song. It's called Understatement. To say that is a lovely song is a
Understatement.
Oh,
Sure is.
Coast of M963, you're on Raw and More. That right there was Brando's Good Vibe of the Night, which was, of course...
Understatement by Long Distance. Hi, Jacob. I know you're listening right now.
Hi, Jacob. Hi,
from
Long
a
Distance.
distance.
What was that, Finn?
From a long distance.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, Long Distance with Understatement, a song that, well, am I right in saying it actually hasn't been released yet?
Has not been released yet, so we got first grabs.
Wow, so we got
That's a
first
beauty.
dibs. That's the first time it's ever been heard outside of the long distance circle.
Yeah, and 2 other songs to
us.
come, so we'll definitely play more of them.
Well, I can't wait to hear what's next because that song right there, even though it has not been released yet, you could say by the sounds of things it was released 20 years ago at least. Like it's giving very early 2000s pop punk vibes,
Oh,
Blink-182
Yeah, it's
sort
definitely
Green
Jacob's
Day
bread and,
like.
bread and butter, yeah.
It's actually, I was saying too, because Brandon actually played me a bit of the song earlier tonight, and I said the exact same thing. It reminds me of that very much Green Day, Sum 41. It sort of even reminds me a bit of like some of the songs. I don't know if you guys ever remember some of the American Pie or the
Like soundtrack from the movie, yeah.
Yeah, the sound, like some of the songs from the movie or
Van
some
Wilder.
even some of the, that was another one, yeah, Finn.
Blink-182, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
College
like
rock.
that. Yeah, that sort of like middle of the sort of movie where the guy realizes, you know what, I actually do love love that girl that I said I didn't love. I'm going to go chase after her now and stop her from getting on that plane to go to that rich college.
Yeah, like she's on her way to moving across the country, and he's like, to say that I miss you.
Yeah.
And then the band just shows up in the
Tear
airport.
my heart open. Yeah,
Well,
that's it.
I was visualizing a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater game while that song was playing
yeah.
too.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's very valid, yeah.
Very
So,
nostalgic.
Jacob, I mean, all these things we're visualizing with that song, like, means that you're doing great things with it. So, well done, man. Can't wait to hear what's next for Long Distance.
Yeah, keep it up.
And props to Brando, because that's another. I don't think he's ever had a song in his Good Vibe that isn't completely on the ground, like one of your very own, or one that you've worked on, or one by Long Distance. Like, thanks to Brando for having the streak going. And it's funny, we talked about all the things that it sounds like, because two songs.
Oh, yeah.
They sound exactly alike. Yes, these are two songs, and they sound alike. Woo! Hey, these songs sound alike
sure
because
do.
it is Sound Alikes, the segment where I give you two songs, one original, one that kind of takes a little bit of inspiration from the original. And it's up to these guys to figure out if the inspiration was done in a legal fashion or a naughty, illegal fashion. Big trouble, big cash money. Basically, it's a sample or an interpolation, or even just a bit of liberties taken from the melody. On this occasion, we have one of the biggest 80s new wave bands of all time versus a relatively brand new track by one of the biggest rising stars in the world of UK singer-songwritership. She's become very well known for her sampling and usage of retro sounds. Her name is Pink Pantheress. The song in question is one that was released last year as a single alongside Central C as a rapping part. It's called Nice to Meet You, and the song that she sampled is the one you're hearing right now, courtesy of Spandau Ballet. The original of the two is called Gold. Happy sleuthing. Coast FM 963, you're on Raw and More. Engo, Brando, Steve-O and Finn. O'Brien. With you between 7 and 9 p.m. We're in the midst of a segment called Sound Alikes, where I give you two songs, one original, one that kind of takes a little bit of creative inspiration from the original, whether it be in a sample, on a re-recording, or even just taking a little bit of the melody. It's up to my team of sleuths in front of me, Dr. Stephen Wheatley, Finn O'Brien and Professor Brandon Macmillan, to tell you if they think it was done legally or illegally. The original out of those two songs was Spandau Ballet with their 1983 hit single Gold, and the song you just heard was Pink Pantheress and Central C with their 2024 hit single Nice to Meet You. Guys, the sample in that song from Gold was the synth line that you heard throughout the tune, and I want to pose the question to you, Mr. Steve Wheatley, first. Do you think that Pink Pantheress took that in a legal or illegal fashion?
Legal.
All right, that was nice and quick. Any reason why you think so?
No, not really. I just think it was all good. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm just, yeah.
No problems here, nothing to see here. How about you,
Chill about
Brando?
it. Oh, wow.
I know, that's the most straightforward Steve's ever been, I think.
Go to the point.
What about you, Brando? What are you feeling?
Look, I know we've been gone for like 2 weeks, but I have not forgotten Steve's bad luck when it comes to these little games, so I'm going to go illegal.
So you're going illegal just because Steve said legal?
Yes.
Okay, that's solid
Contrary.
logic.
Anybody would think because I gave an answer very quickly, Brandon, that you're maybe a bit nervous over there?
No, it's because based on my track record and those listening know yours track record as well.
You know what they say about streaks, Brando? They're meant to be broken.
Well, you both of you are sounding very confident with your different answers. Finn, you could be the deciding vote here. Are you going to go with Steve with legal or Brando with illegal?
I'm going to have to go with Steve because it sounds very like high production quality, and Central C, I know that this is pretty legit as far as I know. Yeah, so yeah, that's my assessment.
Well, I can reveal right now that Pink Pantheress's sampling of Spandau Ballet was done legally. Wow, so Steve's got one over Brando there. How do you feel about that, Brando?
You know what? I'll shake your hand, Steve.
Oh, that's
I'll be a good
nice.
sport about it.
What a gracious loser that Brando is. And you know what? He'd be used to it being a Parramatta supporter. Hey, Steve.
Yeah, I'm just going to be a very gracious widow on this occasion.
All right. Well, I'll be the one rubbing it in then. And congratulations, Finn gets a point as well. Brando, that's okay. New season, started from the bottom, only up from here, man.
Actually, I want to ask before we go into the next segment, boys. Now, obviously, we had the new your little version of Mambo number 5 at the start of the show, mate. So I put it to you, boys, very quickly. For Angus's new song, did he do it illegally or illegally? Was there a bit of motivation, or
Angus, wrap up the song, start playing the other songs.
Yes. What are you talking about, Steve? I didn't say that was completely original. I wrote that and produced it from scratch. There was it's
Yeah,
completely.
we can't hear Steve at the moment. There's a little static going on, right?
Oh, yeah. Like that band we've had on a few times. But yes, moving on. Yeah, time for us to take a quick break. Coming up, we have My Good Vibe of the Night. And now it's finally time for your long overdue dose of a segment that we like to call
Angus's Good Vibe of the Night.
That's right, it's My Good Vibe of the Night, the segment where I dive deep into my own personal playlist, pull out a song or two I think have immaculate vibes, and hope that you, yes you, Jacob from long distance, listening at home right now, enjoy it as much as I do. Now guys, as you very well know, I started employment recently at another radio station based
That
in
shall not
Sydney.
be named.
Yeah, we shall not name it.
The radio station that shall not be named, but one great thing about working at a more alternative focused radio station is you get to listen to some fantastic music that not many people have heard, and I've not heard. Now, one night a couple of weeks ago when I was out the back prepping my late night shift there was another show that was on beforehand, hosted by a friend of mine named Tiffy. And it's on just kind of in the speakers in the office area. You don't really focus much on it because you're kind of more focused on doing your own prep. But then this song came on and it immediately perked my ears up because I was like, man, this song is really nice. Very nice, one might even say. And it's done by a band that has like no streams. Like I looked this song up afterwards. It's only got a few thousand streams on Spotify. Hopefully this adds at least 3 to it alongside myself. But I genuinely think this is one of the loveliest songs I've heard this year so far. Without further ado, My Good Vibe of the Night is Phoebe Rings with Mandarin Tree. Ghost of M963, you're on Raw and More. That right there was Angus's Good Vibe of the Night.
Which was...
oh gosh, I'll have to scroll. Mandarin Tree by Phoebe Rings.
Nice.
Which, by the way, I actually looked it up, and Phoebe Rings, Steve's going to love this. They're a dream pop band from Auckland, New Zealand.
Hey!
There you go. And the vocalist is half Korean, so all the K-pop girlies are satisfied by them as well. That song you just heard was Brisbane-based indie rockers Egoism with their brand new single also. It's called Addison Road, which I'm assuming is a street in Brisbane. I don't go to
Brisbane, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I don't associate with Brisbane.
You don't even go to
so-
Newcastle.
So true.
That's right, yeah. Imagine, he can't even go as far north as Newcastle. Imagine Brisbane.
Oh no!
Well, actually, Brando, that's a fun point to make. Like we've talked about, you won't go as further north than like Budgewoi, right?
Yes.
But how far south would you be willing to go?
Probably Gosford.
Really?
Yeah.
What, here?
Yeah,
Where we
here.
are now?
Yeah, that's right.
Not even Woi Woi?
Sorry, Finn, but no. No, I'm joking. I'll go to Woi Woi.
Okay.
I'll go to Woi Woi.
Can I push the luck and say Edelong?
Maybe.
All right. How about Patonga?
You're pushing your luck, Angus.
All right, well, we'll just leave it at Edelong. Shout out to Edelong. But yeah, some great indie tracks right there. We'll hear another one closer to home later on. But first, guys, to really well and truly take us over the 8 o'clock threshold, we're going to be hearing 3 songs that charted on a Hottest 100. Yes, the challenge is back. In the green room, you gave me a year each. Do you remember the years you guys gave me?
Yes, my year was 1999.
2000.
2005. 95.
And I spun a wheel. 99 came out trumps, which was the year of mine and Brando's birth. So
Heyo.
I'm rooting for you, Brando, with this one as a fellow 99 baby. But I realised we actually had 99 quite recently, and number one was Powderfinger. So I've decided to make it a little bit more challenging for you guys. I've got 3 songs here that charted outside the top 10 of the hottest 100 of 1999. It's up to you guys to try and tell me when we come back what charted the highest out of these 3. Starting off with this one right here, courtesy of one of Brando's favourite bands.
Hey.
It's going to get red hot in here. This one's called Scar Tissue by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Coast FM 963, you're officially on hour 2 of Raw and More. Angus Hamill, Finn O'Brien, Brandon McMillan and Steve Wheatley with you between 7 and 9 p.m. We just heard 3 songs right there that charted in the hottest 100 of 1999, the year of myself and Brando's birth. It's up to these guys to try and figure out which of the 3 songs charted the highest, but we've made it a little bit difficult tonight because all 3 of those songs charted outside of the top 10 of that year's list. We started off with Red Hot Chili Peppers and Scar Tissue, one of Brando's faves. In the middle, we heard from Sugar Ray and Every Morning, and the song you just heard was Foo Fighters with Learn to Fly. Guys, which of those 3 do you think charted the highest?
Yeah, it's a really hard one because not only do I love the Chili Peppers, but I'm also a really big fan of Sugar Ray. But,
Oh, there you go. And Foo Fighters too.
Foo Fighters are really good. Foo Fighters are really good too. I'm going to say Foo Fighters due to, out of the 3 of them, they have more of a legendary status. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely. They're more kind of universally known and loved, I guess.
Yes.
So you're going to stick with Foo Fighters. You reckon they
Yes,
charted
yeah.
the highest?
And for the record, I love, this might be a controversial opinion, but I like Chili Peppers and Sugar Ray way more, but...
Oh, there you go. But you just thought, like, appealing to the masses.
Yeah.
I like that. That's a good way of thinking about it. All right, Steve-O, what do you think?
Well, I do agree with Brando to somewhat. All 3 great songs, and I think if I actually remember, I feel like I do know this answer from a couple of late nights there of just watching just top 100s there on YouTube. But I'm going to go with Sugar Ray as the highest.
Alrighty, he's going Sugar Ray Every Morning. We've got one of each so far. Finn, are you going to go with one of these guys? Or are you going to go out on your own and risk it for the biscuit?
Alrighty, yeah, I agree with both parties, both Brandon and Steve. And I'm also a massive Chili Peppers fan. Because I'm biased, I'm going to go with Scar Tissue.
Alrighty, there we go. We've got one of each, so someone's guaranteed to be correct. I love that. That's the way to go. Well, I can reveal right now the song that charted the highest out of those 3 on the hottest 100 of 99 was... Scar Tissue.
Go Finn.
Damn, I didn't expect that.
Yes, wow, well done, Finn, well
A
done.
close contender, but wow, yeah.
There you go. Finn is tonight's champion. Yeah, Scar Tissue came in at number 11 on the hottest 100, followed 1 spot behind by Foo Fighters with Learn to Fly.
I was close.
And the song that charted at the lowest out of the 3, very close call once again, number 11, number 12, and Sugar Ray Every Morning coming in at number 98. So
Should have been number 1.
very close. Yeah, should have been higher, definitely.
I think probably this has got to be the first time, probably just in a little while, that Brandon has not won Sound Alikes or the Top 100 Challenge.
Hey, so much for not gloating, Steve.
That was my only one. That's the one time I do it tonight.
Well, there you go. It's all right. We're starting at the bottom. Hey, Brando, you got the whole season to make up ground. And congratulations to Finn for being tonight's local champion. And speaking of local champions...
And now it's time for the local list.
Yeah, that's right. It's the local list brought to you by the Homebrewed Boys, Cameron Smith and Eamon Snow, who used to be in this very time slot, 7 to 9 p.m. Mondays here on Coast FM. Their legacy lives on because they send me a fantastic new release by a local artist every single week to play on air, and hope that you enjoy getting around a fantastic Central Coast born and raised artist. Now, the ones that have been sent to us this evening, courtesy of Cameron Smith, are a bit of a favourite act, and I'll give you bit more on that in just a few minutes' time. But tonight's pick is a brand new track by good friends of not just Homebrewed but Coast FM, Little Quirks. It's called Honey. The now 5-piece band have been hard at work recording new music at Sonara Studios here on the Central Coast, and their latest single is likely a taste of what's yet to come from the band. When speaking with Homebrewed as a part of their studio sessions in 2023, which they recorded, by the way, alongside Will and Pilot Buffalo,
Hey.
the Quirks say they were shifting towards a more rocky, guitar-driven sound, slightly departing from their acoustic, folky roots. Without further ado, here is one of the new tracks to come out of the Quirky sessions. It's called Honey by Little Quirks, and it is our featured local list pick of the night. Hey!
Hello.
Coast of M963. Hello. Coast of M963. You're on Raw and More. That right there was the Lumineers with Ho Hey. But before that, we had our pick for the local list tonight. Brand new track by a couple of Coasty favourites and Homebrewed favourites and Coast of M favourites, Little Quirks. It's called Honey. And also, fun fact about Little Quirks is, see these seats that you guys are sitting in right now?
Yeah.
Yep.
The Little Quirks are going to be sitting in these seats this time tomorrow night because they are coming in here for a chat with Michael O'Brien on his show Great Southern Land, all about Australian music. And there is actually a competition that's being run on the Coast FM Facebook page if you want to check it out. Michael's given away 3 double passes to come in here into the studio and watch the interview in action, get the chance to meet the Little Quirks. And yeah, very good cause for a great local act. That's their brand new song, Honey. They've probably got more in the works in the very near future. A tour may be following as well. So Central Coast Darlings there with a darling track. Speaking of great tracks, coming up we're going to be hearing Steve's Good Vibe of the Night. And for glory indeed, just like Manly were yesterday on the Brookvale Oval.
And
Sunshine.
just like the Blues are on Wednesday.
Exactly, one would certainly hope so. Coast of M963, you're on Raw and More. That right there was Angry Anderson with Bound for Glory. And Steve, I hear you've put that song into tonight's playlist for a bit of a special dedication.
Yeah, I have, mate. So it's my dad's birthday on Wednesday, the 9th of July. And he called me earlier today saying, could he please have that song for his birthday on Wednesday? So that's to my dad at Avoca. So yeah, Angry Anderson, Bound for Glory. He said, could you please put that in there? Because tell Angus as well, I think Manly and the Blues are Bound for Glory. And I said, well, I think probably one of those is a bit more accurate.
Well, I really hope so, Steve's dad, if you're listening in right now. I love your faith, and I really hope that you're correct with that, even though I've got no faith. And Steve, you were saying your dad actually has a few famous birthdays that he shares with on the 9th of July.
He does. So he shares his birthday with Jim Kerr, so the lead vocalist from Scottish band Simple Minds. You guys might obviously remember them, because of obviously their great hit, Don't You Forget About Me.
How can we possibly forget about them?
Yep. So he shares with them, and this is going to my dad's probably really going to love this fun fact. He also shares it with none other than Akadaka's Bong Scott.
Wow, Bong Scott, the original frontman from Akadaka. How about that?
Yeah. And actually, did you boys actually know that the band's actually coming to Australia in November?
That's right, yeah. The Bunch of Grandpas tour, I'm hearing it's called.
Well, it's actually their World Power Up tour, but I mean, I'm sure there probably is a
there's a little subtitle. You might have missed it. There's a little subtitle saying it's the Grandpas tour.
I probably didn't see that.
But one thing we will see is...
Well, if you can see it, he might be able to feel it. It is...
Steve's Good Vibe of the Night.
That's right.
Oh, yes. It is my turn for my Good Vibe of the Night. It is where I select a song that I am vibing and feeling out of my music repertoire.
Ooh.
Play it out there on the Coast FM airwaves and hope that you, Steve's dad at Avoca, Brandon McMillan, Finn O'Brien, and Angus Hamill.
And Troy from Asquith.
And Troy from Asquith sitting across the desk from me right now. Hope that you guys are feeling it too. Now, guys, I have chosen my song tonight actually when we went on break a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yes. So we went on break a couple of weeks ago. In the couple of weeks since, there's been a lot of, let's just say, wild weather, would you say, up and down the coast?
Yeah. There's been a bit of four seasons sort of happening. We've had a bit of sunshine, we've had a bit of rain, we've had a bit of wind, and we've had a bit of sunshine and more rain.
And then hail yesterday too in some parts.
Yes. Thank goodness the game finished right when all that was happening.
Definitely. So, in a tribute to the insane weather we've had since the last time we were with you on the airwaves, what song have you chosen this evening, Steve?
So, in honour of that, I have chosen none other than Kiwi Band, Crowded House, because I want to put the good vibes and positivity out there for everybody for the rest of the week and say, wherever you go this week, Coasties, take the weather with you.
And let's hope it's nice and sunny weather. Here's Steve's good vibe of the night from across the Dutch. It's Crowded House with...
Always take the weather with you.
Coast FM 963, you're on Roar and More. That right there was Steve's good vibe of the night.
Which was?
That was Kiwi Band, Crowded House with Always Take the Weather with You. Putting that out there to spread some good vibes, and hopefully maybe we can have some good weather over the Central Coast this week, and maybe not just some cold weather for a change, even though we're still in the middle of winter.
That's right, bro. The weather on its way is going to be choices, especially after that choice. And would you say, Steve, that cold weather grinds your gears?
Oh, it didn't used to, but now maybe a little.
Well, it's quite a coincidence you say that, because it's time for... What grinds Finn's gears? Now, Finn, your return to the studio brings with it your favourite segment, your venting space, where you give us something that grinds your gears every single week that's really, really rustling your bushes. And what is it this time, sir?
I got a big one. Oh, yeah. This one's very pertinent, prevalent. I think a lot of people will relate to this one. Well, predictive text in general is annoying, but one thing in particular is when you're typing and you type "on my way," the abbreviation, just the acronym, and then it goes "on my way!" 3 exclamation points. Very not endearing, not what you want.
I can see you like
people to see.
barely containing your anger
he's
right now.
really
You're like frustrated.
Yeah, this must be really grinding his gears.
Why do you feel so strongly about this? Have you been in a situation where you've been embarrassed by this?
Yes.
Like, what are you embarrassed about the most?
Repeatedly. The 3 exclamation marks.
Is that
It's got a bit of sass.
I've seen that because you did an ONW, and I've got to the point where I just type the full thing now because it's so you have to backspace and then type in the abbreviation again.
Let me make it clear. So the reason you don't like it is the fear that when someone sees this, they read it like, "on my way."
On my way, exactly.
And like you're really excited for it.
Yes, in
Like,
a very bubbly.
You know how you can
voice.
like reply to like doctors' offices texting you, "Would you like to confirm your appointment? Let us know when you're on your way." On my way.
On my way. Exactly.
On my way to get whatever.
Pizzazz.
I could actually
Very
probably
flamboyant.
I can actually agree where Finn's kind of coming from, because I have this feature that I really like on my phone. It's down the bottom. If for people who have an iPhone will probably know this more than others. I don't know about people with Android devices. There's a little microphone down the bottom of your screen, and what happens is when you turn that microphone on, you can speak into it and it will dictate the message however you want to send it. I really like that feature. I do that with text messages, emails and everything. But again, it can do that just like Finn, because maybe, let's say, if I'm sending a message to, I don't know, a family member or something, and I might say, "Yeah, such and such, love you." It might say, yeah, such and such, Lord you, like LORD. And they're like, "Steve Lords me?" Like,
Yeah, the dictate is really hit or miss as well. But
Yeah.
for the on my way situation, Finn, what would you rate it on the grindometer?
11 out of 10.
It's that bad for freaking exclamation points 11 out of 10.
That's the highest rating.
wow.
That's the highest rating he's had so far. Man, this really grinds his gears.
And just to
Worse than
It's worse than
being
the
in hospital,
raps.
worse than
It's
a
worse
lot.
than the cling film.
and just to like paint a vision here, Finn is like shaking right now, looking down like.
He really needed to get this off his chest.
This is the most frustrated I think I've ever seen him. So I guess moral to the story is that
Oh, man.
It's been a hard week.
do better technology.
Yeah, do better, Apple. And now it's time for a segment that will grind no one's gears and give you nothing but pleasure. It's Finn's Good Vibe of the Night.
On my way.
On my way. It's Finn's Good Vibe of the Night, the segment where he dives deep into his own personal playlist, pulls out a song that has amazing vibes and slaps it out there for your enjoyment. Finjamin, what have you picked for us this evening, sir?
I've got for you Planet B by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Very versatile band. They do everything from just alt rock, psychedelic rock to this one, which is a bit of a metal vibe to it, bit of a hard rock.
Can you say that name again, please, for us? Because I didn't quite hear that. It sounded like you were still quite upset about the gear segment.
The generational gap we are. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
I love that. What a great name, and they're a great band that comes out with some fantastic tunes.
Australian too.
Australian as well, making it big overseas at the moment, and this is a great example of what they can do. Without further ado, it's Finn's pick for his Good Vibe of the Night, King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard with Planet B. Coast FM 963, you're on Raw and More. That right there was Finn's Good Vibe of the Night, which was, of course,
Planet B by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
one of Australia's most prolific indie rock bands and versatile with their sound as well, recording 27 albums since their debut in 2012, which is just crazy.
2010, actually.
2010.
2010.
Well, there you go.
I got to say, I was quite surprised. I did not expect that to be a kind of a heavy metal song, Finn. I was actually very taken away by that. So, but it was actually a very good vibe. I was definitely feeling it. I was actually saying to the boys, just like, so sort of like you, Angus, mate, where you love a good saxophone solo. I guess I'm sort of like Finn. We love a good guitar riff.
Well, there you go. And you were really riffing out to that one. Absolute banger.
And also, hi, Will.
Yes, that's the correction of what year they debuted was brought to us by the actually on my way was brought to us by Will, who's joining us right now. He's after the 9 o'clock news with Uncut Gems. And before we go out to the news, what can we expect from you this evening, sir?
Yeah, I'm actually playing a couple of local artists tonight. I'm playing artists that are good friends of mine, bands that my band is playing with, and bands that are from the local area, but we know very well, and I wanted to just give them some time on the airwaves, and I've got some great stuff lined up for my show, so definitely stick around for that.
Can't wait to hear it. Uncut Gems is always a uncut gem on the Coast FM airwaves. I leave you with one of my favourite bands who played at Glastonbury the other week, the 1975 Indie Rock Cafe with Matt McCoy after Will from 10 p.m, and we'll see you same time next week for Raw and More. Say goodnight, guys.
See you good night, Coasties.
Good night, Coast.
Night.